What's up, you guys? It's Chunky here, back with another motherfucking video. So we are gonna get started today. I have some wings for you guys and some Diet Coke. I didn't have time to clean a cup. Don't judge me, because we don't judge here on this channel. All right, so we're gonna get into these wings. I'm super hungry. I got like a tub of ranch right here, a little cute little tub right here that these wings are gonna take a bath in. Okay, these wings are from Alondra's Hot Wings, and oh my god, you guys, I love Alondra's Hot Wings, but most of all, I love their ranch. Their ranch is so oh my god, I'm sorry. Yeah. I have to say, hands down, Alondra's Hot Wings. This is from the one in Montebello. Sorry, y'all. I sucked the bone. Don't make it nasty. Don't make it nasty, okay? Let me find out you're making it nasty. So these are lemon pepper wings. Look at the seasoning on that wing right there. Look at that. Crispy, crunchy. It's like a little fried drumstick. Like, so good. And all that lemon pepper. These are lemon pepper, and then these are Korean honey barbecues. My favorites. You can taste the lemon coming off these wings. So today I got a juicy topic for you guys. First and foremost, this is an eating channel. So y'all know we eat and we talk. So please, have your food before you come here, because there's a hunger warning. You're gonna get hungry. So don't watch this on an empty stomach. Warning. I'm gonna put a warning on the beginning of this video. I've been craving wings so much. It's my new favorite food. And tomorrow's my birthday, so I get what I want. The carrots and the ranch. So heavenly. So, y'all know that I put a poll on my Instagram. It wasn't a poll, but it was just like, hey, if you have anything that you want me to share on my channel, hit me up and let me know what's up. Share your shit with me, you know what I mean? Because y'all really like my last video of me talking about the DM about the girl that was 16 and pregnant, which is my last video. Check it out if you haven't already. But I've always gotten DMs from people, and I never thought about sharing them before, because I didn't want people to, like, I knew people might not want their shit out there. So I never really thought about sharing it. But this last DM, she wanted me to like make a video out of it. So I was like, you know what? Whoever wants me to make a video about their shit that they're going through, everybody goes through shit, you know, message me, DM me, and I'll get back to you. And now I have, you know, a couple of stories that I have to get back to. So I closed, like, I took the post down, and I have a few stories that I have to get back to. Before I start this, like I started the other one, we can agree to disagree, okay? But my perspective always comes from like a real ass standpoint, and a standpoint where I've been through something that is similar, coming out of something that's similar, knew people that went through something that is similar to the story. So I always go off a real standpoint. And I hate when people try to give advice and they don't even like they don't have kids, or they're not even in a relationship. Like I had a girlfriend, she was my friend like for a long time, and she was always giving like advice about like people's relationship, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't never even been in a relationship, so what are you talking about? Like, I just hate people like that. So I always come from a real standpoint. If I've never been in the situation, I don't know nothing about it, then I'm not gonna talk about it, or I'm not even gonna like get into it, or I'm just gonna straight up say like, girl, pray. Like, that's all you could do is just pray, you know, because God is gonna help you out through anything, regardless of what it is, you know. These lemon pepper wings, yum. So I got a DM from this girl, and I have this other phone here, this little Obama phone, and I'm just gonna like kind of go back to it, back and forth, just to remember some of the things she said. Maybe I'll just read what she DM'd me. So she says, I met this guy when I was 20, and now I'm 28. It's always been a bad situation. I was so insecure about myself and comfortable that I dealt with the physical and emotional abuse. Now, I know a lot of women that watch this can probably relate to, you know, meeting someone and being with them for so long and just kind of dealing with their bullshit. And I know, you know, I've been in an abusive relationship, and I've talked about it before, and I will be like kind of talking about it throughout this you know, story. But you know, it's sad that a lot of women can just relate all too well about being in an abusive relationship, and it's like so messed up. So she said he stood on her, but she still stood. She said he's also stuck on tweak, and if y'all don't know what tweak is, y'all, that right there said everything. So she said the guy that she had been with was on tweak. Tweak is a drug. It's also known as meth. I'm not gonna speak too much about it because I don't want to get demonetized, but it's a drug. I like to call it the devil's drug because it really takes over people's minds. And sometimes people even look like, sometimes it's so sad because people don't even know that these people are on this drug. They just like think that this person is like a fucked up person, like just a really mean person, and it's always ends up being that it's the drug. So I don't want to give this guy excuses, but usually they are pretty much a shitty person, and then on top of it they're on this drug, so it makes them like even more shitty. It makes them into the devil, pretty much. Like they turn into the devil. So he's stuck on tweak. She's like, I still loved him and I stood with him till one day he didn't pick her up from her mom's. She was at her mom's visiting her mom, and I had got dropped off home. When I got dropped off home, I caught a girl in his car. So she caught a girl in his car, and I tried breaking the window. So she tried breaking the window. She got all fucking crazy, and she was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing in my man's car? And like, hell no, get the fuck out. I would have did the same shit. I would have been like, oh, you got me all the way. Oh, you got me all the way. messed up. I wouldn't have broke the car window. I would have broke my fool's neck. Okay. So, you know, we could agree to disagree. I know people are gonna be like, you shouldn't be like that. I don't care. This is the way it is in the hood. All right. So she tried to break the window. She was confused. She said he came out and he took off with the girl in his car. I would have been pissed off. That right there pissed me off. Like, oh, hell no. This fool's on tweet. This fool's fucking taking off with this bitch in the car. And then she said, then he texted her. He texted me saying that 6 years ago, he got this bitch pregnant. Okay? Damn. Then he said that he's trying to be in the kid's life now. And that's why he had this bitch in his car. No excuse. Okay? No excuse. There's boundaries. When you're in a relationship with a guy for so many fucking years, you don't have to have the baby mama in the car. I'm sorry. That's very disrespectful. That doesn't fly with me. That type of shit does not fly with me. You do not have this bitch in the motherfucking car. I don't care if she's your baby mama. So that right there, no. And then she's saying this relationship was bad for a long time. You sit back and you said this relationship was always bad. Why even stay? Like, it's crazy. If you can't sit there and think of happy stuff that has happened in your relationship, if you're not comfortable, like, you gotta really be comfortable in your relationship. Because after she says that she, you know, was experiencing like anxiety, depression, you know, like she's scared to like even leave her house, and she's scared to even do anything ever since that she broke up with him. I asked her if she had kids with this guy, and she said that she had a miscarriage from him. But she really just wants to get her story out there to help people and to let girls know that at the end of the day, don't be scared to leave. Like, she doesn't have kids with this guy, and she left him. But she's happy and she's thriving at this moment. But she said that he still like tries to contact her, and he still like is texting her crazy shit. Of course he's gonna text you crazy shit, girl. Like, he's a tweaker. I told her. Like, she sent me screenshots of like the shit that he said to her, which I'm gonna put right here, but I'm gonna blur out his face. First of all, you gotta know, dealing with tweakers, with guys that do drugs, you cannot take what they tell you seriously. Like, you gotta take it as somebody, like, when somebody's drunk, if you're sober and somebody's drunk and they're like talking shit to you, you're gonna be in your head like, this fool's drunk, like, this person's drunk, they don't even know what the fuck they're saying. You gotta really put that in your brain that this guy's brain is fucked, and he's trying to fuck with your head. First of all, if he was abusive, abusive people and abusive guys are usually narcissistic, and they like to take control of girls that are weak and vulnerable, and he still thinks that you're weak and you're vulnerable. I feel like just because somebody loves somebody, it doesn't mean they're always right for you. Somebody loves you doesn't mean that you should stay with that person. It's like a toxic situation all the way around. And, you know, I feel like she's, you know, she said she's still hurting inside, and she said that she still has anxiety and depression, and she feels like, how is anybody else gonna love her? Because she has all these problems. Like, she just stays inside. She doesn't really like to like be outside and do things like that. And I was having a conversation with her about her not having kids with him, which I told her, thank God, you know, that God saved you from not having children with this toxic man, because that would have been just another thing that you would have been having an excuse about with staying with him. And then now, not only is he abusing you, he's abusing his child. And just because an abusive relationship, a guy may not hit his child, but your child senses everything that happens to you. And the child seeing you being hit or being mentally abused, physically abused, seeing their dad on drugs and stuff like that, that's abuse. That the dad doesn't have to put his hands on the children. Seeing all of that fucks your head up. Let me tell you that. So don't sit here and tell yourself, oh, he's never touched the kids, like he's only hit me. No. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's no excuse. That's abuse. That's emotional abuse. So, what I would have to say to this girl, which I kind of told her in the message, I told her, you know, I was in a toxic relationship, and an abusive relationship, and I too had a miscarriage, and she said she had a miscarriage from this guy as well. And I said, you know what, now I think back on it, I thank God that, you know, I didn't have this child, because it would have been like something that would have tied us together even more. And the guy that I was with was like super like crazy. Like, this guy was just like, if I would have had a child with this guy, it would have just gave him an excuse to be around my house even more. And this guy was like a stalker. And thank God I never had a child with this person. But I just said, just take it as a sign from God that this is not the guy for you. And I really pray and hope that she never goes back to him. Because at the end of the day, it's really sad. But guys like that don't get help. They don't get the help they need. Especially like people from the hood. Like, let's just keep it 100. Like, I know people and I know guys that they go to jail, they get out, they go to jail, they get out, they do drugs, and they just never get help. And what ends up happening is they end up dying, or they end up in jail for life. And that's just the way it is. You know, these are harsh subjects, sad subjects, but somewhat a part of my reality. Like, part of the things I've seen, part of the things that I've been through, part of the things that, you know, happen in my day-to-day world, you know. Thank God, you know, I've seen things and I learned my lessons. So that's kind of how I lived my life, was like, I've seen people going through things and I said, okay, I'm not gonna go through that. And maybe on the next video I'll talk about like more about how I got out of my relationship, my abusive relationship. But I didn't let it go further, and I didn't stay with him like for a long time. I think we were together for like only a year. And when I felt uncomfortable and I felt like he was being controlling and all that, I know you kind of like, it kind of makes you feel like bad, and it kind of makes you feel sexy. But you got to think about, do you want that for the rest of your life? You know, you don't want to feel controlled. You don't want to feel like a man is controlling you and you can't be who you are and you can't be yourself because he's going to say something, or, you know, he's going to get mad, or he has anger issues. Because at the end of the day, you want to feel comfortable in your relationship. You want to be free. You want to be happy for the rest of your life. You don't want to be controlled. So I knew, I was like, no, you know what, I can't live like this. But I know this girl is doing the right thing, and I really feel like she knows that what was going on wasn't right, and I'm so happy. Even though she was with this guy for so long, I'm so happy that she got away from him, and I'm happy that she's away from him. And you know, like, I even had a friend that, like, I don't know if I spoke about her on this channel, I don't remember because I have a bad memory, but she was being abused and stuff, and she was in a toxic relationship with a guy that was on drugs, and she was like one of my really good friends. And it was like, I was just like always like, girl, you gotta get the fuck away from him. And she just was never gonna get away. And you know, it had to take him dying for her to finally like get away from him. And I know she's torn up about it, but at the end of the day, I'm happy that she's free. You know, I'm just happy that she's free to live her life with her kids peacefully without a toxic ass motherfucker in her motherfucking life. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that this girl that I spoke to today is able to get away from him and knows that, you know, that's not the life for her. One of the things that I wanted to, you know, end the video with is that, you know, at the end of our conversation, she was saying how she feels like nobody else is gonna love her. And I know, you know, girl, that there is always somebody out there for somebody. I too suffer from anxiety. I spoke about this before, like on my Instagram and on my channel, is that I remember one year my anxiety was so bad I couldn't leave my house. And there's some, nobody's gonna want you because, girl, you're young, you're still young, you have no kids with this fool, you're a catch. Like, this time that you're single to work on your anxiety and to work on yourself. And I feel like once you have, you know, overcame your anxiety, I know some people never overcome their anxiety, but I feel like once you've overcome your anxiety, then, you know, you could start talking to people and know that you're gonna be able to like love again, and you're gonna be able to like be past all this bullshit. But I'm just happy that, you know, I could share too that I've had anxiety, and I would have anxiety leaving my house. Sometimes I still do. I battle with leaving my house. I battle with going places. I battle with being in public scenarios. I really do. And people probably don't, people that know me and have been around me or that see me on camera are probably think I'm lying, but I seriously do. And the only person that could really tell you about that is like Vato. Maybe my kids have seen it before, I'm not sure, but there have been times where I have really been going through it and haven't been able to leave my house. And through an abusive relationship, I've been through things that may have contributed to my anxiety, but I work on it every day. And I would have to say that this year and the last year have been really good to me, because my anxiety, I've been able to take control of it. I've been able to like kind of talk myself through it, push myself through it. It's uncomfortable, but you gotta like just really like tell yourself, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. You're gonna feel uncomfortable, but you gotta just breathe through it, and you gotta just push through it. And I really feel like people that do YouTube and people that do this whole social media thing, I feel like a lot of people that do this are like people that are not very social. You know, I'm social too. I'm social. I come out of my, you know, cocoon, and I turn into a butterfly when I'm comfortable, when I'm around people that make me feel comfortable. And, you know, that's when I really like come out and show my personality. But a lot of the times, if I don't know you or I don't know the person and I feel I'm in a social setting, I really like close myself in. And if you ever met me and I've been kind of like quiet, I'm not a quiet person, but I've been quiet or like a little bit closed off and not really myself, that's because my anxiety was probably like way high. But at the end of the day, like, I never felt like that made the person that I was with not love me. He still loved me, and he understood. If the person is gonna love you, if the person loves you for who you are, and the person loves you, they're gonna take you regardless of what issues you have, because everybody has issues. You're not gonna be with a perfect guy. Like, the guy is not gonna be perfect and not have issues. I'm pretty sure everybody has their issues. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be able to accept the guy you find with his issues, not fucking tweaker issues, but you know, other types of issues, and he's gonna be able to accept you for your issues, and you guys are gonna be able to learn off each other and kind of, you know, push each other and help each other through that anxiety and through, you know, his issues and stuff like that. Like, there's certain things, y'all, that you could say, oh, I stick it out with my guy, you know, you gotta stick it out with the issues, and these issues are like crazy ass issues. No, honey, you gotta just leave at that point. Like, you gotta just go. Like, abuse and drug use and all that for so many years, it's just like, those things are just, you gotta let it go, you know. I just really want to say that if you're in a certain situation like this, take it from this girl. She left. She's happy that she's gone. She's happy that this guy is no longer in her life. And she really, really just wants to make it known. Like, don't be scared of change. And don't be scared to leave. And don't be scared of anything. Just be strong and say fuck it and leave. Because especially if you have no kids, there's nothing tying you down with this person. There's nothing holding you down, especially if you have kids. I'm not saying stay if you have kids. I'm just saying, like, if you're young and you don't have kids with this guy, what the fuck is holding you back? Get your shit, get up right now and get your fucking ass out the door, because there's a guy out there that really loves you and is waiting to have a family with you, and you're stuck on this motherfucking dumbass. Like, for real. I wish you the best. Thank you for sharing your story with me. Thank you for, you know, wanting to help people out there. And I love you. Stay chunky, because chunky is beautiful. Peace out. What the heck? You're still there? What are you doing? Get out of here.